Hey Keith fans, this is Keithster. Um, Keith, Crimson, Joker, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna make like a rant. It's gonna be like a ramble, sort of like probably raw thoughts, and then when it comes to certain particular topics, my particular topic like this, I'm probably gonna make a proper video about it. But first thing I want to get out of the way, my initial impression of Persona 5 Tactica as a whole, beating it, going through the New Game Plus, try to play the other character, the DLC characters, Sumi and Akechi. Overall, Tactica is a solid game. I might actually, you know, fully play it in the future. New Game Plus. Um, it's definitely a solid spinoff from Persona 5. And I have to say, well, others may say, and I said this in a tweet, others may say that they feel a burnout for Persona 5 in particular. For me, I'm actually kind of feeling the burnout from Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, and probably some Atlus games in general, at least the modern Atlus games. I'm feeling that burnout. Because it's like the cycles like this has been this recently. Atlus releases a new game, whether that Persona SMT, Soul Hackers. Then you get day one DLC stuff. Whatever remaining is in Tactica's case, it was like, the Kasumi Akechi, DLC plus them being in the main story. Soul Hackers 2, putting Mara behind a paywall, but also putting Ringo's Joker costume behind digital download DLC. And SMT5 with, battling the enemy thing, and, the list goes on and on and on. I've played quite a good chunk of Atlus games, including like rehashes of, older titles and dabbling in. I'm getting quite burnt out because when I mean like dabbling, I mean like I've did dabble in Personas 1 and 2 before in the past, whether that be, illegally or anything like that. I've dabbled in that. And I'm honestly just, I didn't want to just admit it until I saw enough comments saying like, "Oh, people are having Persona 5 fatigue or whatever." And I just realized I'm having an Atlus fatigue in general, as much as I support them. Which is why, like, while there might be positives and Fantastio Metaphor, that new game that's gonna come out, that's an original IP from Atlus. I'm just not. To be frank, I don't really care. To be honest, I don't really care. It looks promising. It's probably pretty much a banger. I know Atlus is gonna do very well in it. I'm just not interested in getting it. And if I see reviews on it, I'll probably pick it up in the future. But I'm not like gonna be like, oh, day one I'm gonna get it. No, I have no interest in getting that. In fact, next year, whenever I'm able to, I'm probably gonna consider getting Miles Morales. Oh, sorry, no, Spider-Man 2. I already have Miles Morales. Spider-Man 2. And another thing is like I noticed that people like to bring up canonicity towards Persona 5, and it stirred up like a little bit of an argument with me and my girlfriend about canonicity. And I really, I'm realizing that I hate the word canon or canonicity or what's like the true thing. Like for me, as long as it's a good game, as long as it connects, as long as it's like, fun, does it really fucking matter what's canon or not? Do people really care that much? Like, I can give you an example, like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. Like, people would say Super's more canon because it's like before the end of Z, and then GT is like an alternate universe. It's like, it just gets very vicious debates with that sort of like conundrum, like, or how Persona 5 and Royal could be considered like, oh, part of the main timeline or an alternate timeline. Same thing would be like Royal or, sorry, like Royal or Golden is what Persona 4 is. Like, honestly, I'm starting to stop caring about that because it's like, at the end of the day, they're both valid versions of the game. They're essentially the same game, just with a little bit more added extra content. Much like how, we got your Pokemon games and then your remakes and then your remixes and then your, rehashes, remasters, revisions. It's the same thing. Now, it's going to vary from each series to series, of course, but. And. Point is, I'm getting tired of, like, I'm getting burned out from Atlus games, and I'm getting tired of petty debates over stuff. So, that's the point. Yeah, that's it. 130 minutes, no editing. It's just my true thoughts. Yeah.